Hello, my wonderful viewers. How have you been? How are you doing? Are you still with me? Are you still watching? Are you still subscribing? Okay, welcome to Dog.We Kenya, the best documentary channel for all dog lovers. And today I'm in Odire, Kikuyu, Kiambu County, and I'm visiting a breeder, L'amour Kennels, and I'll let him introduce himself, tell us the breed he's keeping, and as we get to see the dogs. So stay with me, subscribe, do not forget to hit the notification bell to get notified every time we upload a new video. I'm your girl Linda Kenyita, and this is Dog.We Kenya, the best documentary channel for all dog lovers. Karibuni. Hello.
Hi, how are you, Linda?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you for having us.
Yes, welcome to L'amour Kennels, the place where we keep dogs and we love dogs. And it's because of the love for the dogs that we do that.
What breeds are you keeping?
Currently we have 7 different breeds. We have Caucasian Shepherds, we have German Shepherds, we have Bobels, we have Gradents, we have Cocker Spaniels, and we have Labradors.
Okay. We haven't met the Cocker Spaniels and we have met the Labradors. So that's a good thing. Those are new breeds. So let's go see the dogs. So how long have you been keeping dogs?
This is the 4th year since we started breeding. And it's been an exciting journey for us as we do that because we do it because of our love for the dogs.
You do it for the love of the dogs. Okay, good. So breeding for 4 years. Before that, you didn't have the dogs?
What I can say is I grew up loving dogs. I remember I had a small dog called Michael when I was growing up. And I think as I came here, I decided that I need to keep dogs because of just that love, which grew again to a passion to real-time breeding. Yes.
Beautiful. So we are getting to the dogs. They are seeing us. They are getting excited. Wow. Let's see.
Meet Charlie. Charlie is a Saint Bernard, which we keep. We are beginning this line of Saint Bernards. So we currently have this male, which will eventually get a female so that we start breeding. Yes.
I've met Saint Bernards before, but I haven't seen that color. Okay, who do we have here?
This is our puppy, Russian Mountain, which is around 11 months old, still growing. His name is Caesar.
Caesar?
Yes.
Okay.
Caesar. That's a German Shepherd, long coat. We call him Zico. So he's also one of our lights. Currently bred here. Yes. Yes.
What do we have here?
These are our Labradors.
Labradors.
Yes.
Of these ones we haven't met before.
Yes. So actually this is a mix of a Labrador and a Bobel. So we're keeping this purely for security, and these are trained dogs for security.
Okay.
Yes. This is our current litter of puppies. So we have Cocker Spaniels and Ridgebacks. Yes, yes. And all these are less than a year old, actually 7 months old. Yes, yes. This is the mother of the Russian Mountain, and that's the sister. And that's a Bobel, female. That we also breeding. These are a local mix of Shepherd and the locally bred dogs. We keep this just for security. Yes, and we wanted to. We noticed he was of a big size, so we wanted to see what we can get out of that if we breed with our pure German Shepherds. This was a mix of Gradden and a Bobel. So what we tried, you notice the ears are clipped. So we tried clipping because there are customers who asked for clipped ears. Unfortunately, it didn't come out very, very well. Yeah, so that's why it looks like that. These now are fully grown Cocker Spaniels. And again, these ones are already trained sniff work and explosives. So we can do this demonstration for you to see how they do that. Yes. So these are still same breed with that. Yes, a mix of the bobbles. Yes, and the grading. Yes, yes. This side we have. This is Saint Bernard. We had the mother here. Unfortunately, something happened to her, and we lost her. So we've been growing her. She's a female that we intend to breed once she's of age. This is a Cocker Spaniel, the mother of the puppies that you saw there. Yes, again trained on sniff work. These are our Labradors here, pure Labradors. Again, we train this for sniff work and more drug such narcotics. Yes, those are the ones we use. This is the mother of the bobble and Great Dane mix. Yes. So you can see she has some features of a bobble and some features of a Great Dane, and she's the mother of the puppies I was showing you. This is our long-coat female shepherd. Yes, very nice. So she's the one we used to breed long coats shepherds. We have two types of German shepherds here. What we call short coat, and we have bicolor. That's a bicolor German shepherds. So all these we also train them for aggression. They are also trained for aggression. These are our remaining litter of puppies for the German shepherds. So 7 months old, still growing. Yes. So this is our male, fully grown male of Great Dane. Yes, and she is the one we used to breed now, the Great Dane puppies. Yes. This mess is our male. Bobel, and this is his son. Yes. So these are the male that we used to breed the Bobels. One, we introduced the Ridgeback around a year ago. One of the reasons why we were interested is first, you can see the color of the mother there is what we call Livanos. It's a mix of brown, a dull brown kind of color. And there's also a big demand for Ridgebacks out of their temperament. Very, very good around kids. You can also still keep it as a security dog at home. For people who love keeping the dogs in the house, they are also very good dogs that you can be able to keep in the house. And that's why we introduced them into our kennel. Currently we have 2 puppies remaining, both a male and a female, which was a pure brown Ridgeback, and now the Rivernos Ridgeback that we have in our litter.
And originally, the Ridgebacks, this is the first time we were meeting the Ridgebacks. Where do they originate from?
Ridgebacks originate from Zimbabwe, formerly known as Rhodesian. That's why they are called Rhodesian Ridgebacks.
Okay, so wacha tu niulize hii swali. Let me ask this question. The Ridgeback, it's umbomwitu from Zimbabwe.
Yes, it's an African dog, possibly mixed with an import from the white farmers that were farming in Zimbabwe, and that's how the Ridgeback came. But one unique feature on the Ridgeback is the ridge. that it has, and that is very evident on the puppies and on even the mother. Yes.
Okay.
These are male Labradors. Of course, we don't keep them together with the other female.
And are they pure?
Yes, pure Labradors, and trained again for what we call narcotics. So these we've trained them for narcotics, and once in a while we've even gone for demonstrations in schools just to see their capability, and they've performed very, very well.
Okay.
Yes.
And here we have...
Here we have some puppies for shepherds, and one Labrador, which is brown. Labradors come either brown or black. So we have one brown Labrador here. Yes. Our intention for the golden, the Labrador, is again to train them for sniff work, and they do very well in that area.
Yeah, I was reading that the Labradors are very good at sniff work.
With the ball, they have a very high ball drive. Meet Vijay. Vijay is a male Maltese, and basically these are house dogs kept by my daughters, and so we keep them somewhere separately near the house, and they're basically pets. Pets, but they are also what I can call our alarms. Anyone intruding will, of course, they will be the first alert signal that there is an intruder. And this is a female Japanese Spitz. She's actually a mother. You'll get to see the puppies. She's gotten puppies with these Maltese. Again, she's just basically a pet and a house dog that we are keeping. Yes. Maltese are basically pets people keep in the house. Very nice to be around with. But for people who are sensitive about fur, it would not be a good dog to go for, because they shed a lot of fur most of the times. But very well, easy to train, potty training, and very nice to be around. Yes. 1 month old puppies, a mix of the Maltese and Spitz. So we just got them inoculated the first jab of the first jab 1 month. They are 1 month old. We got the first jab yesterday, and we are of course breeding them, and we'll be ready to sell them when they are 3 months old. Yes.
So let me ask,
Yes.
if somebody wants to buy this puppy, you sell at 3 months, how much would one go for?
Basically between 10 and 15,000. That's the price that we'll sell, fully vaccinated. Yes. Yeah.
Cuties. Hi, you're so cute. So I'm here chilling with Harun and Sam and Caesar, the Russian mountain dog. And we'll be talking about dogs and their love for dogs and what it takes to be a breeder. So Harun, Sam, Karibu, you haven't talked, we are meeting you for the first time, so introduce yourself and tell us what you do.
Yes, my name is Samuel Nyongesa. I'm doing training and also kennel keeping.
Kennel keeping. Yes. So, Harun, remind us, how long have you been keeping dogs?
This is we are headed to the 4th year, doing now kennel. But from way before, we've been, especially me, I've been a lover of dogs from when I was growing up. But driven by that passion for the canine, that's when we decided that we start L'amour Kennels. Yes.
How is the business of breeding dogs?
One, like any other business, as long as the business is driven by passion, it is always rewarding. And I can say it has been, because our focus is not just on the money you make, it is also on what you get, the interaction, the love of you seeing the dogs grow from the puppies to something that can be around people and be able to solve the challenges that the current modern world is facing. So that's what our focus is. Yeah.
Now that you've mentioned the current modern world is facing, right now we are going through an epidemic. How did that affect your business?
I can say it has affected us both positively and negatively, to say. First, from the positive perspective, at the onset of the pandemic, there was, that time when there was a lockdown and people had to look for something to do. And we saw a lot of requests for puppies and dogs. And, people had more time to keep pets. And it was very good. On the negative, basically it has affected us because, people are constrained from their spending power. So we find at times we have dogs that we've kept and maybe you are not getting buyers, or the prices that are being offered might not meet what we should expect from them. Yes.
So has that taught you any lesson, any adjustments when it comes to breeding and how you run the business?
Yes, definitely it has. One, we are just not a kennel. We still do training, and it made us learn to have value add. So when people come here to buy our puppies, they will also be able to get a benefit of basic training. For those who want advanced training like sniff work, aggression, we are also able to do that. So we've been able to sell those dogs as a package, and that was a learning that we did.
That was something that you had to learn, like now we can't just survive on puppies, we have to come up with something else. Okay, so when it comes to buying puppies from you, what is the process? How old do you sell your puppies? Do you sell them when they are vaccinated, or should I be the one who's taking care of my vaccinations and all that?
One of the principles that L'amour Kennels operates on, we never sell our puppies before they are 3 months old. And it is basically because of this basic reason that by 3 months we have fully vaccinated them and given them the necessary jabs. The other thing is we also do socializing of the dogs, because socializing is very key. So by that time we've also done a lot of socializing on the puppies, and then they are ready for the market.
Now, when it comes to vaccinations, how many vaccinations by the time the puppy is 3 months? How many vaccination has it gotten? And as I take the puppy home, am I expected to, from those 3 months, are there any more vaccination I expect to give my dogs?
We do 3 vaccinations. We do parvovirus vaccination. We also do DHLP and a repeat of the parvovirus. For rabies, since we every year vaccinate the mother, so the puppy, as it goes out there, it has the immunity from the mother. And we always advise our customers to go and vaccinate them when they are 6 months old. The only thing that we train our customers is to be able to give to deworm after every 3 months. But by the time they pick the puppies here, we have already dewormed them.
Okay. Now, I've seen that you have several breeds. Why those specific breeds? Why not any other breeds but the ones that you have?
I can say one, out of the love and the love for the dogs, you see, these are like prizes. So you will, of course, get interest in certain breeds. I am a lover of Great Danes, Caucasians, and Labradors, and a small breed called the Cocker Spaniels. However, we've also been able to bring on board breeds out of demand. Like we have Ridgebacks, which we brought here out of demand. We also have the brown Labradors, which we also brought here out of demand. And of course, German Shepherd, the long-coat German Shepherd, yes.
When it comes to training your dogs and the general well-being of your dogs, are you available there at the kennel 24/7? Is this your full-time job? Do you have somebody who helps you around the kennel?
Okay, that's the reason I have Sam. Sam is a trainer, and he keeps the kennel. He's basically our dog master. So I am not available 24 hours, but he is. So what I do is I get an opportunity to interact with the dogs in the evening and over the weekends. But full time he does that. We also have a vet who is on duty for taking care of our dogs, and that takes care of any health issues that they may have.
Okay, now that you've mentioned a vet and health issues, with keeping these breeds, what are the challenges when it comes to health?
One very key and a must-have for any person who thinks about having a kennel is first there is deworming to make sure that your dogs are free from worms. And then there is also making sure that you keep away pests, that is things like fleas. Our area, we are lucky we don't face challenges of ticks, but there are places that they have. But here is fleas, so we have to do regular washing, regular fumigation of the kennels and of the compound where the dogs play. Yes.
And also, now, you're a dog lover. Is everyone in your family comfortable with you being a dog lover and having all these dogs around them? How do they relate with the dogs?
Lucky enough, when my love for the dogs, I call it phase 2, when as a grown-up, came in, luckily I took plus my family. So my daughters, my son are as easy with the dogs as I am, and they love the dogs to bits. Actually, my daughters keep the small breeds, the Maltese and the Spitz, and I've told them that's their business. So they are grooming them, breeding them, and even selling them, and the profit goes to them.
Ah, good. Introducing your kiddies to the business as early as you can. Now, Sam, tell me, how long have you been training dogs?
It's now around 11 years.
11 years?
Yes.
How did you start?
When I'm still young, I was interested with the dog. I'm the dog lover, so I love dogs. Yes.
And how has it been so far? Is it fulfilling working with dogs every day?
I'm feeling good because I take it is ani kazi yangu ya kila siku, naipenda, but ni hivyo tu.
Ni hivyo tu. Unaenjoy kufanya kazi na madogi? Good. That I think in this life, when you're doing something and it's your passion and it makes happy, that's a plus. Now, dogs, breeding, feeding. What is the process of now ensuring that now you have these dogs, they are healthy and they are well fed?
Like I said, it takes passion, and you don't look at the pocket. Because for me, I think if I went to do the hesabus of what it costs, maybe it should be a business I would think twice. But it is as well as rewarding. I remember when I sold my first puppy, which was a Russian mountain, for around 90,000. I was super excited. I couldn't believe. So it is as the reward exceeds the challenges that you face. But once in a while, you have to be ready to supplement. Most of my dogs, since they are large breeds, I feed them on meat, and I have a source of where I get that. I also feed them on dry food, that's the pellets, and also on omena. So I have supply. I also feed them on rice as a starch. The beauty of rice is because you can't get aflatoxin. So it's a combination of all that. You must have a reliable supplier of that, because the day you don't have, then you have to run helter-skelter looking for where to get the food for them.
Have you had a challenge with aflatoxins?
Luckily enough, and out of the advice of my vet, I have been careful not to ever have that challenge. And that's why I made, as a kennel, a decision that I will stick to rice. Because when it comes to maize meal products, those are very prone to to aflatoxin, and you have no control of the maize quality because you are not the one growing it. Yes.
Now, we have a lot of dog lovers watching us. And we have a lot of dog lovers who yet do not own dogs. What advice would you give to people who want to wish to own a dog, on the general care of a dog?
What I would say is, as long as you love the pet, a lot of learning happens when you have the pet. And as long as you show love, they say as loyal as a dog. That is something you can't have a guarantee about. The thing is, it's important to, study the basics and to socialize the dogs. A lot of us have grown knowing dogs as animals that are just opened for in the evening.
Yeah.
And that is very contrary to the actual. I can tell you is this kind of, for example, this dog you see here, come at night, it will be a different dog. But you see, as much as it's hanging around new people and new faces, there's no problem. The reason is because we have socialized the dogs. And we are also able to train the dogs so that they are able to understand basic commands, to know who is an enemy to me and a friend to me. That's basically all that. Again, you also need to study, because dogs have various breeds. There are some that are short coat, there are long coats. If the long coat, the fur affects you, then you'll have to go for the short coat. If it doesn't affect you, you can go for the long coat. Again, the long coat have a lot of maintenance that you have to do, cleaning, the fur because it keeps shedding and all that. Basically, it's getting to know the information. But a lot of the information, like I said, you will learn when you have the pet with you.
Okay, another question. Most of these dogs you have, they are not local dogs. They are not the dogs we grew up with. Do they come with any health issues towards the environment? Are there any challenges that they come with health-wise that we are not used to with our local breeds?
Yes, true, they do. And especially my experience has been with the short coat. First, the big breeds, the big boned, what we call big boned dogs, if you have to feed them with a lot of calcium, because if you don't, then they will have bone weaknesses. Again, when it comes to the skin, if they are not kept in an environment where they are free of pests, then you will have them developing skin related diseases, which are very hard to maintain. But on the general, they kind of really adapt. And the majority of the breeds that we have now, that people have imported them and localized them, they are acclimatized to our environment. Yes.
Now, something else I noticed, you have a lot of crossbreeding, like you have a cross of Labrador and a
Bobby.
You have a cross of
A Great Dane
and a grey. You do it yourself.
Yes.
Is it for the love of the you want to experiment with that, or why?
Yes, I did, for example, the cross of the Labrador and the Bobel, of the Bulbul. The reason that I did that is because there are some certain features that I found in the Labrador and on the Bulbul, and I thought it was important that to see how the combination would work. A very versatile breed, which is very easy around people, but also a very good security dog. And that's what I was looking for. When it comes to the Great Dane, again, the height and the fact that I wanted a massive dog, again, I was able to get that from the combination. And my experiment has worked very well. Basically, the thing was to have dogs for security. Yes, that's what I was looking for.
Is the market acceptable to? What is the market, or how when you cross and you want to sell, how does that work out?
The beauty about me is I will not lie to someone that's a purebred, because that's where a lot of people go wrong. Where you have crossbred Labrador and bulbul, and you're telling people that's a pure bulbul. I am very clear, and I am very clear about the traits that they expect from that dog. So for someone you're telling that, then they are good. And the beauty about once in a while doing that kind of crossbreed is you're able to minimize the weaknesses that come with these purebreds. Yes.
Okay, good. So tell me, like, when I understand that different dogs come with different temperaments, like you've said. Now, the dogs you have, kindly take us through the breed and the temperaments, and what if I'm thinking about loving that dog and buying that dog, what do I expect from it?
Currently, we are doing around 7 breeds. First, we have the Russian Mountain, what people call Caucasian Shepherd, and this is basically a security dog. What you get from that dog is, of course, the massive size, so it is intimidating, and it can also be very aggressive. And of course, it has a long coat, so there is also the issue of maintenance of the coat. There is a shedding of the fur, but a very good dog to be around people that it knows. So it's very, very, very territorial. Yeah, that's a Russian Mountain. We have Bulbuls. Bulbuls are very good around people. They are mastiffs. They are huge, as you witnessed in our kennel. A little bit docile, but very, again, territorial. Like we have a male here, which is the alpha male. So if you are planning to keep it with other dogs, you have to really, really socialize. And the other dog must be a dog that does not compete for the territory. Yes, that's the kind of dog it is. But the coat is easy to maintain. You have also to have a deep pocket when it comes to food, because they also eat quite a bit. The other breed that we have is Great Dane. Great Dane, they refer them as Dufferbells. Just, it likes hanging around, very docile, huge. So for people who is a dog you can keep even in an apartment, people who love dogs around them, that's a good breed to keep. They can grow to massive heights. You have to be very careful about ensuring that they are getting a good calcium intake because of bone-related challenges. But very docile. And easy to be around kids and even visitors.
So the size should not make me be afraid of it.
Of course, the beauty about the size, it intimidates any intruder, but very easy to be around. The other breed we have is Labradors. Labradors are usually very good breeds to be around, very docile. We don't keep them even for security. So for people who love playing with the dog's ball, any activities, very good for outdoor. They are very good to be around kids. They are also very trainable. We actually train them for sniff work, and that's why we keep them here. The other breed that we have here is the common breed, the German Shepherd, both the short coat and the long coat. The German Shepherd, short coat, very trainable, very good for security. Very good to be, very good to be around kids. Easy to maintain. They don't eat a lot, so you don't have to dig very deep into your pockets. And it's also a dog that the maintenance cost is not very high, unless you're having a long coat, which you have to keep, grooming. The grooming bit is where you do the maintenance. The other dog we have is Cocker Spaniel. Very lovely dog to be with, playful, is a small breed. Also cheap in maintenance, both in the feed and even in the coat. They are not very furry, so it's easy to maintain the coat. And again, you don't keep that for security, but in our case, we also train them for sniff work. and also for activities like sports activity, you're able to train them for that. Finally, we have the Ridgeback. Again, the Ridgeback is both what I can say a security dog and also a very easy dog to be around. A lot of people keep them for pets. They have a short coat, very easy to maintain, but they eat a lot. You must have, be able to feed them. And excess feeding also will make them become obese. So you have also to be very careful, with the kind of feed you give. They need a place where there is quite some space, for walks and activities like those, but also very good dogs to be around. Yes.
Do you take your dogs outside for walks outside the compound?
Yes, definitely. Actually, that is the best pastime for Sunday afternoons. So we do it as a family activity. And also for just exciting the dogs. Actually, the moment you put the collar on the dogs, they already know that they are going out for a treat.
Okay. Now that you have different breeds, when you're letting them out, do you have a specific, like somebody asked me, like, do different breeds get along?
Yes, definitely. And I am sure you have witnessed in our kennels, there are certain breeds you found, they were on their own.
They are locked in together.
Yes, and the others that don't.
Do you experience fighting in your kennel?
I have very, 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 very serious fights.
Now, how do you separate the dogs?
One, there are fights I never wish ever happen. Because especially a fight involving Bulbul and any other dog, it is going to be, it can be fatal. So for those kind of fights, we have learned never to have the dogs out together. And especially that the ones that challenge, as they grow, they are challenging the territory and, the alpha male kind of thing. But there are dogs that are easy to be around. Even if they are fighting, we are able to control and to train them to stay together. Yes.
Now, let's get to the dogs and play around.